Hey everyone, welcome back to my next video. Today we're going to analyze Bitcoin. So it's going to be my first time analyzing this coin, the granddaddy of all cryptocurrencies, right? So as I mentioned before, today's market has been pretty bullish and I'm just curious why, I'm just wondering why. And so I thought, might as well just have a look at this, right? So let's start with the daily chart, as usual, the longer time frame. And see what we can, what insights can we glean from this. So trend line looking healthy, higher lows. The market seems to be converging on the equilibrium point. You can see that at least for today, or at least for the last 2 days, there has been strong upward momentum. Which has kind of affected the entire market, right? A lot of the coins are quite dependent on the progress of Bitcoin. So you can see at least for the last couple hours, strong upward momentum, right? Okay, so let's see. What can we glean from this? So you can see it used to hover around this area, this little box. So you can see this box is kind of a dangerous area to be in for the price. It's quite boring, I would say. Like, just 1 second. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, this zone here, this zone right here seems to be where the market likes to range, likes to go sideways. And now, thankfully, it's broken out. And you can see it's also starting to head out at this point of time. Alright, so it's already broken the pivot point, and hopefully it stays that way. If you can sustain a certain duration of time up above this pivot line, I think we're kind of good. You can see. Right. So let's see what else can we glean from this. Pretty much that so far. Nothing really interesting to note, I would say. You know, the thing about Bitcoin, right, is because it's so established, there's not much volatility. People say it's very volatile. I think it's okay. It's kind of boring. So yes, traders, what should we do? Okay, so now let's start with the long-term trading. Long-term traders. On a daily chart, I think this might be a good time. Well, I would say for long-term traders, stay out. For long-term traders, definitely stay out. Stay out for the next, let's see, for the next 7 days. Stay out for the next week, basically. Because you're at most the most you're gonna get is a 7% upside, which will quickly head back down, I would imagine. So price is just gonna hit up at this, and then it will start to retrace. And if you're not careful, you're just gonna wipe out your gains in the next 1 or 2 days. And what's the point, right? And then right at the intersection point, we don't know what's gonna happen. There's no clear indication, right? I mean, hopefully it gets higher because there's a higher low, but there's also a lower high. So we're still not very sure at this point. This is an indecision time. So it's best to stay out at least for the next 7 days. What about the short-term traders, the intraday, 1 day, 2 day traders? I guess you could go in if you're gonna just be sure to close the contract within the same day, right? I guess it's kind of okay, but you might want to wait at least to see what happens here. Let me zoom right in. So you might want to wait and see what happens over here to see if the price can be sustained above this pivot point, this pivot line. Right, so if it can, even if it were to range a little bit, it's still okay. At least it's proven its point. So the more it ranges, right, the more it ranges, as you can see, the less space it has to hit back down. So theoretically, the more it ranges, the more likely it is to go back up. Definitely something interesting to note, right? So if as a day trader, if you want to be safe about it, wait and see. But if you want to be aggressive, I think now's a good time to go in. Going in with this setup. 5% upside, 2% downside, 2.5 risk reward ratio is pretty decent, I would imagine. So I always believe like you should always aim for at least a 2 and above ratio. So yeah, long-term traders, short-term traders. I think Bitcoin is pretty standard, pretty straightforward. Nothing really interesting going on. It's one of the market makers, so if it moves, most of the markets move with it. Kind of the same with Ethereum. But yeah, so it's straightforward. This has been the well, simple analysis for Bitcoin, and hopefully you found it useful. And if you found it useful, do like and subscribe. Do consider liking and subscribing. And till then, I'll see you in the next video for the next analysis.